Hey everyone, and welcome to today's video. What is Aquarian age? I wanted to come in and share some thoughts with you today. And really just to invite you into a conversation about this, because it's one of the subjects that I get asked a lot whenever I appear as a speaker on a podcast or a radio show or a summit. One of the questions that I get asked the most is, what is the Aquarian age and what does it mean to be a leader in the Aquarian age? So I wanted to share some of my thoughts with you and also really share why I believe it's so important for us as women and for us as women leaders to come together, to learn, to grow, to support one another, and to really be our most evolved, loving, kind, ambitious, abundant selves, and be completely unapologetic while we are doing it. So as you are coming in to the live, please say hello. I am going to see if we are going live at the moment in the group, because what I want to do is I want to make sure that I can see your comments. Hey Angie, hey, how you doing? Right, okay, so as you're watching either live or watching the replay, come and say hi, comments, questions, aha moments, anything that you want to share. I know that we have got so many amazing women that have joined our community, our Illuminated Leaders community just recently. And I think that, some of us will have probably a bigger understanding or maybe a different opinion of what the Age of Aquarius means to you, what it means to us. So I'd really love to hear your thoughts on it as well and what's coming up for you when we're discussing this. So let's have some fun on this. So for me and my understanding and the way that I feel into the Age of Aquarius and Aquarian leadership is that if we look at the way that the world was going back like over 2,000 years ago and beyond that, or back from that, women were revered. We were worshipped. Mother Earth was really cherished and really nurtured. And, women were treated like goddesses. We were treated like the goddesses that we are, really. If you've ever been lucky enough to go to Malta, you will know that Malta has such an incredible history of goddess worship. And actually you can go to the sites where the temple stood, and it's said that the temple entrances, you would walk through the open legs of a woman to enter into the temple. Now, how fabulous is that? So this is really where, the feminine form was revered. And then something happened. There was a shift. There was a shift in energy. There was a shift in power. And we went into an age where really it became a man's world. And what happened is that the women who were so revered and so respected, especially the older women in the communities, their powers were taken away. They were seen as a threat to the new way of being, to the new authority. And instead of living in a really beautifully abundant, nurturing world where equality existed, and I would think most of the time there was peace. Then what happened is that the power was kind of taken and restricted. So there were certain people that held the power, and most of that power was held by men. And if we look over, you know, that whole Piscean age over the last 2,000 years, you know, if you look at where the power lay, where the money lay, where the authority lay, it lay very, very firmly at the feet of the white man. And that is still demonstrated very, very clearly now, still within the corporate environment. You know, if you look really, really closely, yes, women might be in power in the corporate environment, but actually the leadership style is very, very much a male energy, and the male leadership style is still very much accepted. Things are shifting and things are changing, and that's incredible, but it's just the way that it's been. So very hierarchical structures, patriarchal society run by men, and hierarchical structure. So, you know, I'm talking about power. Then power really played a big part. And I'm not talking about personal empowerment. I'm talking about power as in, I am the boss, you are the subordinate. I can never say that word. What is it? Somebody tell me. But anyway, I have power over you, and you are going to do what I say. And there is a certain structure, and you know there's no equality at all. So I'll hold on to the power. I'll hold on to the money, but also I will hold on to the knowledge. And that's where the power really came from. The knowledge. Knowledge is power. Knowledge was kept to the few. So the power was held by them, and then everyone else would kind of not have that and not have access to it. And if you look at the way that women were treated, and the way that power, that proportion of power was taken away from the women, and women were disempowered, the way that it was done in a very very clever way, actually, very manipulative, very strategic, but also a very violent way. You know, the women, the wise women of the village, you know, the storytellers, the mothers, the grandmothers, the nurturers, the leaders, the midwives, were branded, you know, as witches. They were persecuted, they were tortured, they were killed. Mother was turned against daughter, daughter was turned against mother, you know, so dobbing each other in. And we still carry the wounds of these today. Subordinate, that's it. Thanks, Angie. Glad you know your English. Subordinate. What was I saying? So that power was taken away. I've completely lost my train of thought now. I don't know what I'm talking about. So sorry, what I was talking about was that we still carry those scars. We do, like, through our bloodline as women. We carry it. We carry it in our bodies. We carry it in our psyche. We carry it in our aura. We carry it in the way that we show up. In the fear that stops us from being visible. We carry it within us. And men also carry the scars as well. You know, men lost their mother. Men lost Mother Earth. So it's carried along the bloodlines in all of us. And then something incredible has been happening now over the last few years, and you will see a shift. You will have noticed a shift. And you know, we're now coming out of this Piscean age, and we are just at the beginning of our entrance point. Into the Age of Aquarius. Some say that we came into the Age of Aquarius in 2012. And there is a shift that's happening now. We all notice it. We all feel it. We might not acknowledge it. We might not define it as the Age of Aquarius. You know, some of us might refer to it as the new age, some might refer to it as the new paradigm, some might not even know what it is, but it is happening and there is a shift. And what's so different now about the world that we are living in and how we are operating is that the knowledge isn't being kept to a specific group of people. The knowledge is being shared. It's all out there. I mean, you know, it's no coincidence that around about that time, I'm trying to think when I first got my Yahoo email account. You know, it was kind of like the late 90s where the internet really started to take off. Well, I mean, now you can just go and freaking Google anything. Any kind of information is accessible at our fingertips. And yes, some of the knowledge is still kept back. Of course there is, and I acknowledge that. But if you think about the distribution of knowledge now, and, you know, again, think about distribution of power, because knowledge is power, there's a lot more equality. Well, the equality is coming in. There's still many battles to be fought and many battles to be won, but it started to be distributed, and because of that, the wealth is started to be distributed as well. You know, we are breaking out the system. I had a conversation with a fellow coach this morning, and she said, like, what do you invest in? Like, do you invest in like ISAs or like any of the, you know, the investment structures at the moment within the system, pensions and things like that? And I was like, no, if you want to talk about my physical investments, I invest in Bitcoin. I invest in cryptocurrency. I'm not investing in the system. And actually, I also invest in myself. I invest in myself because I am a money maker. So, and I can create anything that I want to in this world. The only thing that's standing between me and everything I ever dreamt of is me. So therefore, I invest in myself so I can get out of my own way, so that then I can then have a beautiful aligned path to be able to get there. And I also want to stand up and be this leader in the Aquarian age. Women are stepping up. We're stepping up into leadership roles. And I'm not talking about, you know, women being leaders as we are still, unfortunately, leaders within corporate, you know, where we still, unfortunately, need to behave like a man to be respected as a leader. But inside we're screaming because we are being somebody that we're not. We're women, we're female, we have a female energy, and actually we have incredible leadership styles. And it's not the leadership that has been revered for centuries, but it is the leadership style that is going to be honored and loved and respected, because we are the creators, we're the manifestors, we're the collaborators. We share information, we come together, and it's important for us as women to come together and support each other in a sisterhood. And eliminate all the shittiness that has been like bred into us around, you know, competition, being in competition with another woman, being jealous of another woman, you know, competing against one another, the bitchiness and the competitiveness. No, this is about coming together and honoring and respecting one another. I just love the fact that as women, we're multifaceted. You know, again, I was speaking to somebody the other day and I was thinking, look at how many roles we take on as women. We're mothers, we're daughters, we're partners, wives, we're CEOs. And look at the roles that we take on in our business. You know, we're like social media managers, we're finance directors. You know, we're really good. We're really good at taking on so many roles. And that's not to say that the men and the male energy will be there to support us. It will be conscious men who are also coming together that will support us. And that's why it's really important as well to support our beautiful men in this community. So that we're kind of, you know, that the women are rising and the conscious men are gonna freaking support us rising. So this is Aquarian leadership. Aquarian leadership is leaders. And of course, I'm referring to female leaders and entrepreneurial women, because that is the energy that I kind of hang out with, and that's what I love to support women with. But, you know, it's about us being our most abundant, empowered, aligned, blissful selves. And it's about breaking away from the stereotypes and really, you know, being in such a state of bliss and joy within our business that we are creating from a place of love and joy and abundance, from a place of empowerment, that we are showing up in our power. We dress the way that we want to dress, we say what we want to say, we wear our hair the way that we want to wear it. You know, we show up as our own authentic selves. And for me, that's true freedom. For me, that is everything that I desire in this world. And I know that when I'm in that state, everything else will come in. The money, the opportunities, the relationships, the collaborations, everything will come in while I'm in this bloody juicy, abundant state as an Aquarian leader. So it's really cool, right? I went for a run this morning, and what came to me, a phrase came to me that work is love made visible. Work is love made visible. So for us to really be in this wonderful state and this empowerment, abundant state, it's important for us to do the work that we really love. It's really important that that comes out in our work. So we're not just doing something to pay the bills or to look good, or to say that we can look back on our life and say that we've been successful. We do something that we really, really love. And that's why I'm so honored and so passionate about empowering you and helping you with this. So we are the natural leaders. As women, we are the natural leaders. That's why we're doing the work. That's why I have been born into this world, to empower and support women, be leaders and be visible. Because in order to step into our leadership role as women, we have to be visible. We can't hide anymore. We have to be visible. But what makes us hide? What makes us hide is all the conditioning, the shame, the guilt, all the conditioning that we've had from being in this Piscean age, and all the conditioning that we have inherited from our mother, our grandmother, our great grandmother, going back along the ancestral line. You know, be a good girl. Don't show off. Shush now. Shush, shush, shush. That's what makes us hide. The worry that if we are going to stand up and we are going to have a voice and we are going to be a leader and we are going to share what we do in an authentic, passionate way, and not a stereotype of what we are supposed to be as women in this world, that we're going to be judged and criticized and people are going to think badly of us. So I really stand for every single one of us, me included, to get past this bullshit and clear it all out. Get over the bullshit that is holding us back so that we can really step into our most abundant self. And how do we do that? We come together in communities. We learn together. We grow together. We share. We support each other. We educate each other. We have each other's backs. We educate the men in our lives so that they understand where we are going and how best they can support us, and then together we rise. And it's such an incredible time, and every single one of us has been born into this time in order to make a difference. But I stand for you being visible, and I want to support you being visible. So how do we do that? Well, first of all, you're in this group. It's got the most incredible women in here. Connect with one another, show up, be visible in this group. Use it as your practice ground. Connect with one another, build friendships, build collaborations, work together, pay each other. Build friendships. And then really invest in yourself. Invest in yourself. You do the things that light you up. And if there are things that are holding you back from standing up and being visible, then just come and have a conversation with me. Or join one of my courses, or come on one of my retreats. Or you don't even need to give me any money. Just come on to a call with me and I will help you. It just takes a few little tweaks to really, really make a difference. And then you're on a trajectory, and it's just incredible. So that's what I wanted to share with you today. Angie, it's been so lovely to have you on this call. Hi, Sean. Sean, love this. So much of this is resonating with me. Oh, and you've put a sunflower on there. I love sunflowers. Our sunflowers are going to be shooting up from my garden very soon. I'm very excited. Angie, let's see what you are saying. Sorry, Miss Jackson. Woo! Just so that you know, whenever I see Angie, that song comes into my head. Miss Jackson. Women create a powerhouse of change when we work together. Women create amazing change when we work together. Work is love made visible. Amazing. Yes, 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 yes. I'm so glad that it is resonating with you. Keep the comments coming, keep the love coming, keep the abundance coming. Connecting with one another. Hey, I'll tell you what, why not come into the group and introduce yourself to the group, or even do a Facebook Live and introduce yourself and share what you're up to so that people can see you, so that you are seen and you are visible. Remember to be empowered leaders in the Aquarian age. It's imperative that we are highly, highly visible. Otherwise, how will people know about us? How will people know about your fabulous selves? You need to stand up and be seen and share what you're doing, and enroll others in your big vision. I am here cheerleading you, supporting you. I have your back, sister. I am sending you so much love today. And I will see you very soon. Take care.